I'm thinking of inventing a scale that when you step towards it for the umpteenth time in a day or a week, a huge voice comes on and says,
Ma'am, please step away from the scale.
so many of my clients have literally spent their entire lives using the number on the scale as like a personal report card for how good of a human being they're being, how good they're doing as a person. If the number's up, F minus, you're a horrible human being. If the number's down, ding, 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 A plus, you're a wonderful human being, even though you might be anxious, depressed, starving, hangry, grumpy, lost, confused, exhausted, fatigued, whatever. So if you are trying to lose some body fat and you're using the scale and your pounds lost as your primary measure of success, give the scale a break. Would ya? She is so tired of being the center of your universe. So you might be thinking, wait, are you saying don't get on the scale ever? No, I'm not saying never get on it, but I do think there's probably a wrong way to use the scale. So stick around till the end, and I'm going to tell you what I think is probably some of the right ways to use the scale and some of the wrong ways to use the scale. Hey there, I'm Jennifer Singh. I'm a doctor turned coach who helps frustrated women over 40 who are held prisoner by the scale finally lose some body fat, get fit, and age like a boss. Okay, look, I don't hate the scale. My problem with the scale comes with what we make it mean about us and our expectations. I think most of our expectations about the scale are ridiculous. But we have those expectations after years of being fed stories by the media and by diet gurus of fast weight loss, the mythical 2 pounds per week, which, by the way, might happen for some people, but is not the norm. The truth is that weight loss is hardly ever, like very rarely, linear, like a straight diagonal line down. Most of the time, it looks like this. It's up and down. Sustained weight loss in a totally linear fashion is really not realistic. When we have that expectation, then the first time we get on the scale and it's up a little bit, or up a little more than a little bit, we lose our minds. Pauses and plateaus and variations in weight loss velocity are completely normal. That is humaning. Sometimes we keep on doing the actions and keep on doing the actions and keep on doing the actions, and it appears, if all you were to look at was the number on the scale, that nothing is happening. But in fact, what you can't see are changes that are occurring in lots of different systems, in lots of different ways inside of your body, due to the healthy habits that you are continuing to do. Furthermore, if you are actually losing body fat and you are doing resistance training and you're gaining muscle at the same time, then you are achieving like the holy grail of fitness called body recompositioning, in which case you're losing fat, but you're gaining muscle, and the scale might actually stay the same while you are getting healthier, stronger, and possibly physically smaller, or at least changing the shape of your body. So learning to track the processes that get us the results that we want is magic. And when we track the processes and we start rewarding ourselves for doing the processes, and by processes, I mean those small daily habits like planning your food, packing your meals, getting your workout in, paying attention to your steps, getting some movement, drinking the water. When we learn to fall in love with and reward ourselves for those tiny things, then the scale just becomes one small data point. So again, I don't hate the scale, but stick around till the end and I'll give you a few guidelines on how I think that it can be beneficial. Because if this were all a big mathematical equation, it might look something like this: daily practices plus patience plus persistence equals results. Hey, overachievers, listen up. I'm looking at you. Do not try to track all of the things that I'm about to throw at you. This is a buffet. Pick a couple or 5 that you would like to track, and pick one that you're already doing well, because giving yourself credit for already doing something is fantastic for motivation. Okay, let's get started. So first, I like to use a dietary tracking app like MyFitnessPal or Chronometer to track a few dietary victories that scientifically have been shown to promote health. So here's some things you can track. Daily fiber. We're going for a minimum of 25 grams a day. Track servings of vegetables daily that you're getting in. Give yourself credit for that. Minimum 3, go up from there. Track how many fruits you're eating a day. Minimum 2, preferably different colors. track your daily sodium intake. See if you can keep it under 2,300 or 2,000, and track your water intake. I recommend 2 liters minimum if that's cool with your healthcare team and you don't have medical problems that make that a bad idea for you. And you may even need more depending on how much you're moving and how athletic you are. I call it liquid willpower. Now, switching over to my health app, there's a lot of cool things to track on there. Just pick a couple for yourself. You can track your steps taken daily, your average weekly steps, your movement minutes, your workouts done per week, your yoga done per week, your stretching done per week. Track that in minutes or number of workouts. You can track your resting heart rate. You can track your heart rate variability. You can track your estimated VO2 max. Now, as an aside, the watch gadgets do an estimate of your heart rate variability and an estimate of your VO2 max. VO2 max is an estimation of your cardiac fitness, but it's something fun to focus on. So if you're a physiologist, please don't comment and let me know that these things are not accurate for heart rate variability and VO2 max. I know. We're gamifying it here, okay? And trying to get our eyeballs off the scale and onto something else that still signifies that we're making some progress. You can also track just physical symptoms and findings. You can track measurements with a tape measure instead of the scale. You can track how your clothes are fitting. You can track your fatigue level, your energy level. You can take progress photos to see how your body is changing in response to your activities. You can track mindset things. You can track minutes of mindfulness per week. You can track numbers of meditation sessions in a week. You can track pages or minutes of reading that you did out of a good book. So again, please don't try to track all of these, but pick a few that resonate with you, and especially pick one that you're already doing well. There's a link down in the comments for a little printable I made for you that lists all of these suggestions and a couple more, as well as a little printable habit tracker. You can choose 3 or 4 of these things to track, write them down, post that habit tracker, and give yourself some credit for something other than pounds lost. Okay, so how should you use the scale? It's not that I don't recommend you use it at all. I just recommend that you don't weaponize it against yourself as a reason to give yourself an F- in humaning. Use it as one small piece of data. And if you have had a relationship with the scale in the past where it sort of gets in your mind and whatever number pops up ruins the rest of your day, I invite you to take some space from the scale. Maybe you begin to limit how many times a week you get on it to just twice a week or once a week. For some people, taking a measurement once or twice a week and then averaging those over a month is a way to track your weight without having it mean everything. So what do you think about using the scale less? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Drop it in the comments, and don't forget to hop over to that link and pick up your printable so you can start tracking something other than pounds lost. See you next time. Bye.